everyone, and welcome to another episode of Creative Inc. I'm your host, Karina Gantus. Today, I have a very special guest. She's an author, and she has quite a story that she's telling in her book. Welcome to the show, Sara Im.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So you wrote this. We'll call it a memoir because it's a story of what you've been through, which of course will explain everything to our viewers about it. But you wrote it because you want to motivate, inspire, help others. What made you get your story written? Why did you feel that was important?
Well, I did not want to share my story because I did not believe that it will be good for anybody. But when I realized that somebody lose their children, their teenage to through suicide, I wonder if my story can help those people to think twice about taking their own life. So that's
Yeah.
why I decided to write and to share my story.
And what's your book called, Sarah?
My book called How I Survived the Killing Fields. Uh,
And I think just mentioning the killing fields, there's going to be people watching this that will understand what you're referring to already. But let's you tell your story. Tell us what this is about. Why you felt the need to write this. What happened to you, Sarah?
what happened to me? I when I was in my early 20, I attend college far away from my hometown. So that means all my loved ones live far away from me, and I went to the capital city for
Where
college.
were you? Sorry, where were you? Which country?
I'm in Cambodia. I was in
Right,
Cambodia.
right.
Yes,
Okay, thank you.
yes. Sorry about. And while I was in school, there's a terrible thing happened in Cambodia when the communist Khmer Rouge invaded. They took over Cambodia. They came in with military takeover, and immediately they shut down everything. That's including the bus line and air, the airplanes and the post office and telephone. And so I don't have any communication with my family. And not only they shut down the whole country, they also evacuate people from the city.
Did this look like it was going to happen? Were people ready for this, or was this such a shock that no one knew it was coming?
It's such a shock. Nobody realized that it's going to happen like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unexpected. We know that we are fighting with, you know, we're fighting. There's a civil war going on. We heard the gun sound and the bomb and all that, but we didn't realize the drastic change like that.
Wow. So college stopped. You couldn't communicate with your family, and they evacuated the city. So you were being evacuated as well.
Yes, I was evacuated. So we everybody walk on the street, and we don't have a place to sleep. Don't have place to take a shower or anything like that. And I carry a little bit food left over from my apartment. And when the food is finished, we're finished. We don't have anything else. And
Did you know where you
finally,
were going? Were you heading for somewhere?
yeah, we will walk out away from the city, but we don't know where to go.
Wow.
Yeah, but we end up in a faraway village, and we stayed temporary with people there, and then I was transported to another location far away from that location, and I ended up in the forced labor camp.
So when you were at this village, they picked you up basically and grabbed you and took you to a labor camp.
Yes, they transport us. We get on the boat and then on the train and then on the truck, and
Did
they
they tell
drop.
you where they were taking you? Did they tell you what was going to happen? Did they give you a choice?
Well, they make announcement that they want to know if anybody want to go to Battambang. Battambang is where my family live.
Ah, of course you're going to say yes.
Of course, I say yes. Of course, I signed up fast, very fast,
Yeah,
and I was so excited. But they did not take us to Battambang.
they lied.
They lie.
Wow.
Yeah, they took us to the edge of the province. The edge, that means it's now close to where my family lives. So I end up in the camp. This camp is a camp for all the single men and women. They put us to work right away in the rice field.
Oh, wow.
You know, Cambodia is a tropical country. It's hot, and we work in that heat all day long. It's not just a regular 8 hour work. It's like 15 hours a day.
Wow.
We work so long hours. We was exhausted, and we receive very little food, very little food, and no time to rest. We work 7 days a week, and
Wow.
our sleeping time is about 4 hours a
In a
night.
day, 4 hours.
Yeah,
How are you
yeah.
supposed to build up your strength to go back to work?
that's, that's what we were wondering. When are we going to get a full night's sleep? No, we never get a full night's sleep.
I see why it was nicknamed the killing fields, because they were killing you. They didn't care about your welfare. They wanted to work you to death and get as much out of everybody as they could.
Yeah, these long hours of work, we don't
Wow.
receive any salary or anything like that. We receive a little bowl of food. That's all.
And you signed up for that so you couldn't leave.
Yeah. Nobody can go anywhere because
Wow.
we were watched by armed guard. They have the big gun watching us 24/7.
So it's like a prison.
It is a prison without the wall.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Was there anyone, I mean, you're all in the same situation, you're all scared, you're all frightened. Was there anyone you remember that really helped you, gave you what you needed at the time, gave you company, gave you hope? Is there anyone that you can remember that you connected with while you were there?
Well, we all the women we stay together with women, and the men stay together with
Yeah.
men. So when I get weaker and weaker, I become sick. I hold on to my friend that are in the same situation. I ask for help, and they have been very helpful to me.
They
So
looked out for you.
we build a good relationship. We support each other.
Good. Yeah, you would have needed someone like that. You need each other in a situation like that. So you were really sick. How long were you sick for before you were able to go back to work, if ever?
Well, while I was sick, I still had to go to work because if we don't go to work, we don't receive food.
Oh my gosh.
So I worked while I was sick until I was too sick to work. When I got too sick, I didn't go, and then they pushed me to go to an infirmary. They told me that You need to go to the hospital. But when I got to that hospital, I realized it's not a hospital.
What
It's a
was it?
place. It's a place where people just stay there and waiting for the time to die.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, whether you die or whether you get better. But
So
how
there
can
was
you?
no one looking after you, no medicine, no doctors, nothing.
No
How
doctor.
did you survive? You're sick, you've got no help, you're laid out in this place left to die. How did you but something inside of you was fighting.
Well, only one thing. Well, I'm a little bit an optimist person, but at least I think to myself, at least I don't have to go to work in the heat.
Ah, Sarah. Wow.
But I'm fearful that I might contract some more disease from other people. So I start to think about running away from that place. But where
Mm,
could I go? Where could I go? Anywhere I will get shot. People are watching. Um, so I was so fearful at that time. But I determined that I don't want to give up. I don't want to die in this place. So I was searching, and then I realized that I need to pray. I asked God to help me because for my own personal strength, I don't have strength. I don't know what to do. So I pray and I ask God, and I pray every night
wow.
because that that group they don't believe in any religion. So I had to be careful. But one morning when I got up very early, before everybody else, I realized, oh, I have a little bit energy. Maybe I'll do something. So I decided to escape from there. I ran away from the infirmary and went back to the working place. And I met one team leader. She know me before, and she tried to help me to find something to do. In this whole place, you have to do something in order to receive food.
Okay, so you didn't run away. You couldn't escape from the infirmary and run. You had to go back to the fields basically and work.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only place that I can go because if I run somewhere else, I will die in the middle of the field somewhere
Mm.
because I need help from people.
You couldn't do it yourself. Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't do it. I was too sick to do it myself.
So where did she find work for you? Where were you working then while you were recuperating?
She realized I'm too sick to do anything for her, and she go to the kitchen and talk to the people at the kitchen and ask to see if they can use some help, and they say, yeah, we can use some help. So that's my lucky day.
Yeah, someone. Yeah, I mean, it could have been better, but you can't. No, it's a gift. It was a gift, wasn't it? Getting out of the field and having a different job to do out of the sun, and probably helping
Mhm.
yourself to a bit more food if you can.
Yeah, I have more access to food, so I eat a little better. I take more time to rest, and I sleep a little better. So
Better.
gradually, I felt better.
Good.
So from there, when I look better, feel better, the the people, the men, the big boss, they saw me and they didn't want me to stay there forever. They pulled me out from the kitchen, pull me out and throw me back into the rice field again, back again. But at least, but at that time, for some reason, I did not hold bitterness in my heart because at least I'm grateful that at least I'm not as sick as I was.
Yeah.
I'm a better position.
You had more strength, I think, not just in your body, but in your soul after that
Yeah,
break that you got.
for the whole time I was there for 4 years. 4 years. At the end of 4 years, the camp got moved. They 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 know that something is coming, so they move the camp. It's not hard to move because we don't stay in the confined building. It's just an open field. So they move us closer and closer to the jungle. We keep moving, and we carry a big bag of rice. And when I realized that we are moving into the jungle, I did not like it. I don't want to keep moving with them because in my mind, I want to move to my hometown. I want to go look for my family. And now that they are moving us into the jungle, that is farther than my goal. So it take me away from the direction that I want to go. So I decided I don't want to keep going with them. So I was thinking about escaping. But again, become frail again. I lost energy. I was tired. So I need help. So I decided to talk to three of my good friends, and I asked them if they want to escape with me. And thank goodness they say yes. I cannot imagine if they say no and then report to the big boss. I will be in big trouble. But they say yes, and we decide to okay, let's make plan to escape. So we wait until nighttime. That's the easiest way to escape because they cannot see us.
See you,
You
yeah.
know, in the jungle. Yeah,
Wow.
when it's dark, it's black. We cannot see anything. But it's
So the
hard
three
for
of
us. We
you,
don't know where.
you don't know where you're going because it's dark, so you're just walking anywhere and hoping you're going the right direction. So the three of you escaped. Where did you end up?
Uh, we end up getting out from the jungle. It's we walk all night long. Well, we get out from the group from the captivity. So we
Yeah.
were free. And when we keep walking and we went into the village. We saw people in the village and we asked for help. We need some food, need some water, and all that. And then I asked for direction to go to my hometown. And some people know and then give us the direction. So I keep follow the direction. That's how we end up in my hometown. It's a long walk. It's a long journey, but to make it quick for our show today, yeah, it's a long walk, and finally I found my family.
You
Yeah.
did get united with them. Oh wow! After 4 years, huh?
Ye-
I bet they thought
Yes.
you were dead.
They thought that I was dead because my dad rode a bicycle and go from place to place, from village to village, and asked, "Have you seen my daughter? Have you seen my daughter?" And nobody's has seen me because I was in the jungle.
This is 4 years. The fighting and the civil war continued.
No, no. Once the communists took over, it was the fighting was finished. Yeah.
So you were still captive even when there was no war.
Yes, we captured by the new group,
Oh
the new group
wow!
that come in. Yes, the new
Wow.
communist regime. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That goes on while everyone else is reliving their life again after a big civil war, and they're rebuilding again, and they're working again, and they're earning money again, and they don't realise that people like yourselves are still struggling and still being held captive. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I felt like we were all fall into the black hole. Nobody know anything about us. No
Yeah.
TV, no radio, nothing. Nobody know what happened to us. Nobody
Wow.
know. Yeah.
Wow. So, is there a happy? Well, we know that you got reunited with your family, so that's your happy ever after. What happened after that? I mean, you working, you
Well,
went
it
back
was,
to studying.
I was happy that I found my family, and we are all happy, and we lived together for about a year. My mom nurtured me back to good health again. It took more than a year to regain all my
Yeah.
strength and my energy. And then my mom told me that I need to leave the country because the country at that time was very chaotic. It's a lot of, there's no government because the old government was kicking out, and the new group was in the jungle now, and it's very chaotic. So we were fearful for our life again. But my mom had an idea that I need to get out from the country. So I was so upset when I heard that suggestion the first time because all this time, all the
You've been
four
looking for your
years,
family, and yeah,
for
now
four
she said,
years I
"No
was
way, no way."
leaving.
Oh, bless.
Now I have to go again. But
So,
this
where did
time,
you go?
go to the border. The Cambodia is next door to Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
So uh,
Went
So
to
I
Thailand.
went, yeah, I found my way to go to the Thai border and then walk across the border. It's very dangerous because it has some landmine. It can be, you can step on the landmine, can blow up and get killed.
Well, I mean,
Or
we
the
could
armed
carry on
guardsmen.
talking forever and going through the rest of the book, and I think people really need to read this story themselves to find out exactly what happened. And after you got to Taiwan, what happened then. But let me just ask you, going through all of that in your life, how has that created who you are now? What is it you're doing now in your work that's helping because of what you've been through?
Well, going through all that difficult time in my life, it made me feel stronger. I feel that, if I can survive that horrible experience, I can do anything. I become more courageous. I become more resilient. And even during the time that I was going through the dark time, I was resilient. I did not give up. So
You didn't give up, no.
it made me become a resilient, courageous, and confident person. And I want to help other people to have that quality of life that no matter come their way, they can overcome it. So
Are you a
that's my
coach then?
goal.
Is that
So
what
I
you're
do this.
doing?
I do some coaching, but most of the time I like to speak. I'm an inspirational speaker. I like to speak to the group of people to inspire the whole room and for particular person that need more help, I would love to spend time one-on-one and help them to make progress to get out of their challenges.
That's wonderful. That's it's
So
amazing
that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah.
what we go through. We go through darkness to find light, and we find our pathway, and it's always in helping people. And when you find that pathway, when you know you're on the
Yes.
right path, it is so fulfilling in your heart and your soul.
Yes. Yes. It is. Yes. You know that the people can people need help and we can do it. We can help them. So that is a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah, yes, it is knowing that you can help people by telling your story, and if you can cope with all that, if you can keep your strength through all of that, then other people can manage through their life. And it's inspiration. It's very, very inspirational, your story. It's dark. I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
No.
But it's very inspirational, and I think a lot of people will be interested in reading your story. And for those that want to meet you, want to work with you, how can they get in touch with you, Sara?
They can go to my website. It's my first name and last name.com, SARAIM.com. And you can find my book there, and you can reach out. You can book an appointment, discovery meeting with me, see how I can support you. And yeah, so it's a lot of information on my website.
That's wonderful. And how long have you been doing this coaching now, Sara?
Coaching is a new service, but speaking, I have been speaking for about 8 years now.
Telling this story to people, yeah?
Yes. My book is 8 years old.
Wow. That's amazing. Oh, congratulations. Well, I hope that the ladies, the gentlemen that watch this episode will go out and buy your book and read about your story, and hopefully leave some comments about this episode if you've watched it and you've enjoyed it. Please pop over to Sara Im's website, have a look at what she does, and support Sara Im in her work of helping others. Thank you so much, Sara, for being a guest on Creative Inc. I wish you all the best in everything you do, and hopefully there'll be a part 2 with your book, talking about what you're doing now and how it's progressed from that to where you are now. I think that will be a beautiful part 2.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to be on your show. This is a wonderful show. I enjoy our conversation. So for our audience, don't be afraid to reach out to me on my website. That's the easiest way to find me, to reach me. And I'm on LinkedIn, on Facebook. You can Google me and you will find me on Google as well.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sara. All the best.
You too. Bye-bye.